Back out live to Governor Ron DeSantis, who is briefing everyone on the hurricane. Thanks for being with us. John Bachman, Bianca De La Garza. Been watching this all day, Bianca.
Yeah, we want to listen in to the latest reporting. Here is Governor DeSantis.
Forgo tolling, and we may expand that as need be. We have 35 school districts that have announced closures, and more may happen as the track becomes more certain. If you want the latest up-to-date information on schools, go to fldoe.org/storminfo. That's fldoe.org/storminfo. We have 5,000 Florida National Guardsmen that are activated and that are staging and that will be ready to go and help people who may need help once this storm hits. We've got another 2,000 from neighboring states. We have urban search and rescue teams that are activated, and we have another 3 that are on standby should their services be required. Florida Fish and Wildlife, they're activated, they're standing by, both in terms of vehicles that they would use to traverse water, as well as aviation assets. That's all tools will be at the disposal. We have FHP with 12-hour shifts and additional state troopers that have already been mobilized to the Gulf Coast of Florida. And of course, we now have Coast Guard. Who's in the Coast Guard at the EOC right now? Yeah, we have Admiral McPherson is at the EOC in Tallahassee. So we appreciate the Coast Guard being there and offering support if need be. Long-term care facilities, as of now, 100% are reporting backup power in the form of generators. I know there's been evacuations of high-risk seniors, and that is the right thing to do. At the same time, there's a lot of these facilities that may not be in a flood zone or may not be in a zone A that they will be in there. They probably are going to lose power, and so having that is very important when you have medically dependent individuals. The entire state is under state of emergency. As you see the track, there may be portions of the state that don't see any major impacts. Clearly, if it barrels into Sarasota and then goes out into the Atlantic Ocean off the east coast of Florida, probably not going to have significant impacts in Northwest Florida, whereas there had been tracks just a couple days ago that had taken it all the way into places like Okaloosa and Escambia counties. We also, though, because of the change in the track, there's going to be more counties on the interior that are going to have more direct impacts. I mean, everyone's getting rain. You're going to see that. That's going to absolutely be impactful. But if you have it come through a place like Sarasota, yes, it will weaken, but you're going to probably have at least tropical storm force winds all the way until it exits the state of Florida, wherever that may be. We've authorized emergency refills of medication and prescriptions for 30 days. We've suspended weight restrictions, and we've waived those policies so that commercial trucks can bring in as much supply as they can to make sure that the folks here have what they need. We have received at the state level 550 requests for assistance from local counties. We fulfilled 495 and are on the way to do more. Some of those requests can only be fulfilled once the storm hits, and those will be as well. We were able to meet with the leadership here in Sarasota County, and we stand by ready to do additional assistance once that is requested. We have done over 200 medical professionals to county special needs shelters. We have 120 that are in surrounding counties in the Tampa Bay area. On top of that, we have staging areas, and as the storm track has changed, Kevin and his people have migrated some of the preparations and the staging further south in the state. When you had the eye of the storm looking like it would go north of Tampa, that's different than when you see it coming now south of Tampa. So still have support in Tampa and in north of that, and I would say that just because the eye is no longer on Tampa Bay, one little wobble can change that, and I think you're absolutely going to see major impacts in the Tampa Bay region, regardless of whether the track continues to go south or not. Generators and pumps are staged to help with flooding. Pre-landfall fluid and water is staged to help with counties that may be in need. So please continue to monitor the local weather reports.
No crooked establishment.
None of that twisting the
truth.
No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax.
Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think.
They let
me decide.
Newsmax.
Real news
For real people.